Foggy Mountain Top is a traditional song that makes a great vehicle to practice some 1-4-5 improvising ideas we've learned so far. There's a PDF file that goes with this video. To get it, go to www.petemartin.info, click Videos, scroll down to Mandolin Improvisation Lessons. It really helps my channel if you click like, so please do that so more folks can find these videos. Thank you. Foggy Mountain Top has been played and recorded by many artists. I will link a few versions in the description below. Features a very straightforward 1-4-5 chord progression that works great for using ideas we have studied in previous episodes. We will play this in the key of G. The first thing to do is listen and learn the chord progression for the song. The progression is seen in example 1. After a chord progression is learned, I suggest learning the chord scale outlines for that progression. This will tell you what scale to play over each chord. We saw how to do this in episodes 2, 3, and 12. Review those if necessary. Learn the chord scale outlines for Foggy Mountain Top in example 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. The first thing we need is 2 measures of a G chord. Let's start with a common bluegrass player's rhythmic way of 3 beats of pickup notes into the note B. Here we will play descending thirds, we saw this in episode 4, into a 2-note G chord arpeggio, episode 5. Here the line drops down an octave to the open D string and ascends a G major chord tone scale, episode 6, into the same 2-note G chord arpeggio. Learn this in example 3. 2, 3, 4, 1. The next phrase is 1 measure of C followed by 1 measure of G. For the C measure, we will use a common Bill Monroe bluesy phrase, and we will look at some Monroe bluesy phrases in a future episode. Just learn this for right now. This leads into an ascending G major chord tone scale into a phrase we will see in the next example. Learn this in example 4. 2, 3, 4. Example 5 is a pattern that is surrounding a note of the chord. 1 note below the chord, 1 note above the chord, then the chord note. Then jump down to the next chord note and do the same thing. We do this cool sound 3 times before coming out of it with a phrase that will lead to a D note where the D chord begins in the next measure. See this in example 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. The D D chord is the 5 chord in the key of G, and remember, the 5 chord implies a dominant 7th chord. We have a short D chord arpeggio leading into an ascending D7 chord tone scale. Learn this in example 6. 2, 3, 4. If you find this video useful, I ask that you consider supporting this channel and my website through my Patreon page, www.patreon.com/PeteMartin. For the very low price of $3 a month, you'll allow me to keep adding content on my YouTube channel and website. I also teach online private lessons if anyone is interested. Thank you. Because the first 4 measures and the next 4 measures are the same, melody and chords, we will just repeat the first 4 measures. See this in example 7. In video 32, we learned a sambush solo. It had a great line used as an ending phrase. Here we use that same phrase moved over a string to fit a G chord. Play this in example 8. 2, 3, 4. Now we have learned every individual part, so let's put it all together. Play this in example 9. Your assignment is to learn this solo. When you have learned it, practice the individual phrases so you can put these into your own improvisations. Next, I suggest constructing and learning your own solo. Play around with improvising using ideas from both solos and other things you improvise. Start at a slow tempo and gradually increase. If you do all these, you'll begin to feel more comfortable improvising. Be sure to subscribe, click the bell icon to be notified of new videos, click like, and check out my website and Patreon page. I'm Pete Martin. Thanks for watching.